Here's one of our favorite clips from Neighborly Discourse with Billy and Steve.
And it's unfortunate because there are, on both sides, if you are a race, you can experience racism, whether you're, again, a race, Caucasian, black, white, whatever the hell it is. You can experience racism. Some call them out. Some have a problem with it. Some don't. Personally, I don't. I couldn't care less if you like me or why you like me or do not. Just leave me alone. That's fine. Good for me. Steve, same way. He has other things to worry about. He's talks about it all the time. He's may experienced it, but didn't notice it because it's not a big deal. Like, it's not hurting his life. He's doing just fine. So, yeah, anti-racism. That's what I was saying about Le Batard. Look at that. Okay. He had this saying on there. People are no longer outraged at stuff. You have to be outraged at the outrage. Okay? If you are mad, but you're not crazy mad, you're not mad enough. And I'm mad at you for not being mad enough. And there's someone else who's mad at me because I'm not mad enough for being mad at you for not being mad enough at something else. People stop caring about the issues and only wanted to be mad at the people who aren't mad enough. They're outraged at the outrage. Now, again, Le Batard, super liberal, they call him libtard, libertard, liberaltard, all this stuff. Again, his thing is racism. He is 100% a race baiter. Believes you should keep your guns away from the government, never be involved in the government that wants your guns. Believes you in free speech, say what you want. Again, I'm not listening to him the past couple of years. I'm not sure his thoughts on the COVID, which all started this censorship stuff. But as long as I listen to him for 10, 15 years, say what you want. You don't want to have your government taking your guns. And then he noticed that people aren't mad anymore. They're outraged at the outrage because you're not outraged enough. So here we are with anti-racism. You don't have to just simply not be racist. When I walk into a bar and there's a black dude sitting there and I ignore them, or a white guy and ignore them, or I say what's up, whatever the case, if I conduct myself as an average, normal human person because I assume they are normal human people, that's not okay. I've got to look to the black guy and be like, hey, man, I don't like racism. I don't like that. I like you. Good for you. And the white guy, I got to look at the white guy and be like, you scumbag. I hate you. That's what they want. They want you to do that. Yes, I'm being facetious. I'm joking. But, bro, they want that. That's on my list. I stopped saying bro. I think it was the first time I said it in this episode. That's what they want. They want you to bring it up and ignore it by bringing it up. They want you to ignore racism, say it's wrong by bringing it up and saying you don't like it. You can't conduct yourself like a normal person. You're not allowed to. And the problem is, it's the people with the microphones, even though I have one here. The TV cameras have a phone camera, so I'm a little bit different. They're the ones saying this. And I've said this 100 times. I have a problem with them saying it. But they can say it. It's the people who buy into it and believe it are who I have the problem with. They're the problems. The one thing I can remember Trump saying I did not like was, the last few months, I did this vaccine. I brought it to life. I fast-tracked it. I'm the one. I'm responsible for it. I'm not backing you up on that one, dude. Not happening. Sorry. You're on your own on that one. Not a good thing to put your name to. And I'm going to harp on this Trump thing, not for a while, so take it back. Please keep listening. At @N_discourse on Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, Instagram, Rumble, and YouTube. Watch the video, subscribe, please, share them. But I got into this big, long conversation on Truth Social today with some guys. One guy was a converted, I don't know how to word it. I've never heard a converted, converted Republican to Democrat. Lifelong conservative, lifelong Republican, but thought MAGA was a cult and is an anti-Trump. He thinks anybody who follows Trump is a cult member, that Trump is an implant through the people that we think put Biden in. He thinks they put Trump in, I believe. I'm not 100% sure if that's what he meant, but he did say Trump was put in by the mainstream, I guess. I'm trying to find it online here. The problem is I have all this stuff saved on my phone, which again I use to record. And I don't have any passwords or anything saved on my computer. And I don't know what these things are. I mean, who keeps a password nowadays, right? But yeah, he's an anti-Trump guy. He thinks Trump is a problem. Anybody who follows Trump is in a cult. That Trump is the one making up the lies, scaring you into believing the world's coming to an end. Like he thinks Trump is the problem. And I know a lot of people out there that think that. And again, as this video goes, I will post some snippets of the conversations we had. But this is one thing I will never understand when it comes to Trump. It's the reason why I voted for him. I've said it 100 times. He was not a politician. He did not get favors from the Republicans. He did not get any favors from the Democrats. The media was against him. He had no help in Congress for the first couple years. Do you know when he started getting help? I want you to think about this. All right? This is for Steve, the we the people. Our sign is over there. You know, every time Steve questions hope, I want you to stop and think about something. When you go back, Trump got no help from anybody. He received no help from anyone. Do you know when he started getting help from people? Is when the government, the nation, realized this guy's got the backing of the people. He had the backing of the 70% of us, the Democrats, the independents, the Republicans, the people who just wanted our country to be safe, our money to be our own, down to help out people who needed help. We're okay with getting people into our country as long as they do it legally. All the normal stuff, he had our back, and we are the majority. All of a sudden, all the hate for Trump, the politicians, they started playing ball. They realized this guy puts his name to their name. You see it all over now. Endorsement by Trump. This guy moves mountains now. Politics will not be the same. The people realize how much Washington is full of disgusting human beings. I didn't say Democrats. I didn't say Republicans. Disgusting human beings. It is the one thing, is the most important thing I think he did. And trust me, I think he did a lot of good stuff. What Trump did was show the disgusting bias of the media, the horrible things that go on behind closed doors in politics in Washington, D.C. He showed it. And they still, listen, why else would they still be trying to get him impeached now almost 2 years after office with this January 6th nonsense? They're still trying to impeach him because if he goes back in office, he will expose them. He is that kind of egomaniac, and I'm all for it.